Okay, so when you get your ballot, your ballots are going to be all folded up nice and neat. You can have 2, possibly 3 of them, depending on whether or not you're in a school district. So you're going to get your ballots. They're going to come in this envelope, in this big envelope like this, right? Then you're going to open it up, and you're going to have different pieces. You're going to have your outer envelope, which we're going to set to the side because we're going to put everything in there. Then you're either going to have one like this, or you're going to have one like this. This is an incapacitated person, and this is a standard voter. So we have 2 different types. This one requires signatures. If you are unable to get 2 witness signatures on this, then you can take your photo ID, a picture of your photo ID, like your driver's license, or a picture of your passport, or anything along that lines. It needs to be an acceptable form of ID, so it's either an Oklahoma ID or a federally issued photo ID. Either one of them that have to be photo, or you can do your voter ID, which doesn't have a picture on it. So you can get a copy of that. We're going to put our ballots inside our affidavit envelope, right? Or in this one. So this one, remember, requires 2 signatures. You don't have 2 friends that can come and sign it for you, then you use a copy of your photo ID. It does not go inside your ballot envelope with your ballots. It goes on the outside of your affidavit. So the same thing goes with a standard. A standard either requires a notary or it requires a photocopy of your ID. Again, we're going to wrap that around. We're going to hook it some way. We're just going to insert it with this. So what's going to happen, and I folded these too big, so give me just a minute. Let me make them a little bit smaller. You're going to have your ballots. You voted your ballots. You're going to put your ballots inside your secret ballot envelope. You're going to seal it because I don't want to see how you voted, and my board doesn't want to see how you voted either. So you're going to have that, and you're going to take your ballot envelope and then place it inside of your affidavit envelope. And then inside there, with your affidavit, we've got that all sealed and nice. If we don't have our signature, if we don't have our notary, or we don't have our signatures, then we're going to take our photo ID and we're just going to wrap it around there. It's simple, easy. We're going to wrap it around, and then we're going to take it and we're going to put it inside the official envelope, outer envelope that's going to have our address on it. This one doesn't right now. That's going to have our address on it, and we're going to sit it in there. We're going to seal this up, and it's going to be mailed back because it's going to have our label on it. You'll mail it back to the Rogers County Election Board. We will also let you know how much postage it's going to take. It will either take 65 or 70 cents depending on how many ballots you have. So if you have 3 ballots, it's going to take 70 cents. I think that's the way it is. But it'll go in here, and this is sent back to us. This is the proper way, because when we open it, we're going to open it up, and we're going to make sure that your information that's on your affidavit is the same information that's on your outer envelope, because it'll have your information on there as well. And we're going to make sure that this matches. If this is how your ID is, we'll make sure that this matches your signature here, and then it matches that. And then we push that aside, and we open the affidavit envelopes, take out the ballot envelope, and throw all the ballot envelopes over there, because we don't want to know how anybody voted. These are open separately, so nobody knows who that information is unless you put your picture ID in with your ballots. Then we're going to know. So I don't want to know. So keep your information on the outside of your affidavit, please.